Woo! Did I scare you guys? Welcome back to my channel, ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill. If you're new to my channel, don't forget, hit that subscribe button as well as leave me a comment at the end. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to hit that notification as well. I think I would have been scary if I popped out with these scissors. Reminds me of a character from Us. This box is massive. I mean, it's so big that I was able to hide behind it. Today we have the Nike Adapt Automax Pure Platinum Infrareds. Whew, that was a mouthful. This is the biggest box I've gotten. I mean, let me show you just like what I'm used to getting from Nike. A box like this. So what do you guys think? Is it the same size? Because it doesn't seem like the same size. This is friggin' huge. So huge that I have to like stand up. I'm gonna like kneel on this because I feel like I'm so tall right now. But we are gonna do a little different unboxing. We're unboxing the brown box this time. Trying to always be very careful because you don't want to ruin your box when you open this. Cut it too far down. This is just insane how big this box is. Dear God. Boy, lifting some weights here. Ooh. Lifting some weights here. All right, let's get to it. I can't even describe what I'm feeling about this box. This is a beautiful box, my goodness. I have not had a box this large ever for any of my shoes, but let's get to it. Nice little satin pull tab we have here. I guess for $400 we should have a nice pull tab, right? These shoes cost a pretty penny. Stand up in here. Woo. Beautiful packaging. Just love these shoes. My goodness. Beautiful. What else do we have in here? Ooh, this is a nice little separator. Oh, look how cute this little ghost is that we have here. He's so adorable. Then looks like we've got some more stuff in here. How do I get into this? Wow, look at that. Set that off to the side and go through those two after we go through the shoes. Put this back up. Nike Adapt Automaxes. My goodness. I am so excited to do this unboxing because this is my first self-lacing shoe. And not only that, you can actually change the colors on the bottom here. And I'm just obsessed with the fact that technology has been incorporated into these shoes. A few years ago, I actually attended the Harper's Bazaar event for Fashion Week here in New York. And I was lucky enough to actually wear a dress that was paired to my cell phone with an app that actually changed the colors of the dress.
As a service, the same way that software as a service emerged and became what we now know as the cloud.
It was so insane. Everyone at that event was like, where'd you get this dress? How did you get it to change colors? And so this is basically the same kind of technology, but for shoes. And I can't wait to just go into the app and see how it pairs and show you guys what this shoe is all about, because I think technology paired with clothing is amazing. And I really do think that that's where the future is going. So ever since the movie Back to the Future 2 came out, I feel like people have been enamored with the idea of self-lacing. I mean, Marty McFly was such a cool character that everyone wanted to be like him, and for him to go into the future and have these insane shoes, everyone felt like they needed to have them. And Nike did such a great job with actually keeping that promise. They were a little late, but that's okay. No one's hating on them because they did eventually come out with shoes that really encapsulated that same presence that was on that film. And today we get to do it with the Pure Platinum Infrareds. This is just a beautiful color. My goodness. I saw this online and the color just spoke to me. I mean, this is an OG colorway. It really, really is. And I love that this is the color they decided to go with on this shoe. I'm going to start with the front of the shoe here. We've got this TPU shield on the cap, which is just plastic. Nice little protection for your toes here, because this mesh is pretty bendable and flexible. When I put these shoes on, I mean, it's so comfortable. I didn't feel like my feet were getting pressed up at all or felt tight. This is just a very malleable material, and it wraps around the medial and lateral portion of the shoe all the way up into the tongue, which is very nice. It has this nice little sheen to it as well. It's very silvery almost. Kind of like that. Glistens for you. And then we have the AU70 branding tongue here. This is a very nicely manufactured tongue. And then, of course, we have the 4 lace system. And the thing I love about this lacing system is it actually reminds me of the same Nike Mag lace system, which was the first shoe that was based off of Michael J. Fox's character shoe in Back to the Future 2. It literally is the same exact lacing system. And this shoe has that. So I feel like, you know, I can relive some moments in Back to the Future. That shoe was super limited as well. It was launched in 2011 and then they relaunched it in 2016. But I mean, I was not able to get the shoes then. I wish I did, because those are worth so much money right now. But I guess these will do for now. Then as we look here, we've got the plus and minus, and this actually is what you will use in order to tighten or loosen the lace system. And these actually change colors as well, which is very, very cool. And then we have our nice air bubble here on the medial and lateral portion of the shoe. We have this beautiful infrared coloring that wraps around the shoe. Oh, I just love this color. It goes all the way on the bottom as well. So parts of the Air Max 90 completely pay homage to this shoe. So when I'm looking at the shoe, I'm going to pull out one of my Air Max 90s so you guys can see, but this is pretty similar silhouette. I mean, they literally were going after this, but obviously, you know, this is a little bit bigger because it has all of the technology stored in here for this shoe to work. And this shoe is a bit lighter, heavier, lighter, heavier. I'm even looking at this. Gosh, I need a measuring tape. Can we get a measuring tape actually? I'm going to go through and measure the extra height that this shoe gives me, as well as how far back this shoe goes in comparison to this. So hold on for one moment. All right, guys, got my tape measure. Just gonna get in here and see the back here. It's actually almost 1.5 inches behind this. So I just want to show you on this shoe how far back that would be. It's right there to there. That's how much farther the shoe extends. And as far as height goes, this is pretty crazy. So this gives you about 2.5 inches. So when I wear these shoes, I'm about 6 feet tall. These shoes make me a monster. My goodness. I literally look like a nice tall giraffe. But yeah, I just can't believe the size difference in these shoes. These are the same size shoe. And so when I'm looking at them, I'm like, am I sure this is the same shoe? I mean, and I can see where they're coming from. I'm obsessed with the silhouette, the Air Max 90. And that's why I think I fell in love with this silhouette. But my goodness, these shoes are pretty big. The highlight infrared air sole unit that basically extends the heel and houses the auto lacing tech rounds out this design. And so that auto lacing tech definitely is taking some space in this shoe, which these do not have that technology inside of them. So we're going to put those away. But the air sole unit here definitely provides maximum comfort and cushioning. So I love that that is in there. And that's why I love my Air Maxes so much, because they're so comfortable. So this is actually joining the team of ranks of Nike sportswear and Nike basketball power lacing silhouettes that have already previously existed. So going back, we've got the Adapt Huaraches, the Adapt BB2s, and the Adapt BB silhouette. And this just seamlessly goes in with all of those other silhouettes so well because of this technology, the classic swoosh storytelling that we see here. We've got this nice light gray, Nike swoosh. Love that. This is just a great addition to the self-lacing shoes that we've seen, and I just love that they put this bright classic color, which we actually have seen recently on the Duck Camos. Those were infrared, as well as the OGs that launched in 1990 on the Air Max 90 silhouette. So this is definitely not a color that we have been surprised to see on Nike shoes. They just did a great job with this combination. And on the midsole here, this is some nice, just kind of swivelly gray marks that we have going on here. It's like a scribbled print. Almost looks like a pencil that you just scribbled with all along here. But I like the look of that. All right. I think it's time to get into a little shade because I have a special announcement to make. Let's get to that, shall we? Some people's favorite portion of my series is the shade portion. One of the things that drives me crazy lately is you go on these YouTubers' channels and they promise you things. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and I will hook you up with this t-shirt. I will hook you up with these shoes, must subscribe, must comment, must follow me on this Instagram page. They give you basically like a list of 30 things to do. And, it's like, damn, that's a lot of work. Do I really want to go through that process? And are they really selecting a winner? I feel like half the time, the majority of them are not selecting winners. And that drives me crazy. Like, why go and pretend that you're going to give free stuff away when you have no intention to give it to anybody? And you don't prove it because you don't show the winners half the time.
If it's a proof of what I think it's a proof of, it's a very important proof.
There's a lot of people out there doing that. It's like, just don't be a liar. Come on. And that leads me to my winner, Mr. Stephen Tillett. We're going to show you a clip of him right now so you can see my 2,000 subscriber.
And making this video for ShadeTV. I appreciate everything, y'all. Got this cool little care package right here. Looks like I was a 2,000 subscriber. I really appreciate it. I'm excited for y'all doing big things over there. This is coming out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. My name's Stephen Tillett. You can hit me at Stephen Tillett Instagram. Appreciate the love, y'all.
I am so thankful for you. Thank you so much for subscribing to me, and I hope you enjoy your Oreo cookies and your poncho because it is well deserved. And of course, our next number that we're going for is 3,000. We're so close. We are so close. I can taste it. Anyways, let's get back to these shoes. That was the shade for today. Okay, typically I would do a section on history, but for this specific episode, we are actually going to do a how-to on how to actually get started on using this self-lacing shoe, because it can seem kind of complicated, but it's actually very, very easy. So step one is you actually need to go on your phone. So get your phone out here, lovely phone, and you're gonna need to go to the App Store and download the Nike Adapt app. Once you've actually downloaded the app on your phone, it's going to look like this, but you're first going to configure each shoe and connect it to your phone via Bluetooth. So this app works off of Bluetooth, so you need to actually have that activated in order for you to get started on each shoe. And the first step is it's going to ask you to basically pair each shoe individually, and you're going to need to point it at the shoe just like this, at the 2 buttons. And then once it's synced and paired, you then will be asked and prompted to put your feet inside of each shoe so that the app can actually configure it to fit your feet perfectly. And even if the configuring doesn't seem to fit quite right, you can actually go in and fine tune it so that it fits you to your comfort. And then we're going to show you on the app exactly how to use it, what each of the notifications means, and how to, get started with the self-lacing system. I'm going to actually open up this as well to show you. This is what you are going to charge your shoes on top of. Kind of looks like a scale to weigh somebody, but that's not what this is in this case. This is actually to put both your shoes on it to charge them both. And it's 14-hour battery life, but obviously depending on how much you use the self-lacing part of the shoe will actually depend on how long your battery is going to last. But I would assume that these could last a decently long time, assuming that you're not going to be untying them more than a few times in a day. We're going to set that up. There's actually a USB cord inside of this box, which I've already plugged to a charger here. And this is what you're going to plug in to your charging station here. It's just in the back. So it plugs in like that. Love how flat this little charging system is. Oh, and we get a little cute guy in here. It says hello. Isn't he adorable? Hi, friend. And this is what the cables come inside of, which I've already taken out. And so once your shoes are fully charged on this scale here, it will light green. So you'll see the little buttons actually change colors here, and that will basically notify you that they are fully charged and ready to go. But typically your shoes will always be on, and so it will be in a neutral color. And typically you can also choose which color you want these little dots to be. Oh, and it's actually blinking on there. I don't know if you can see that, but now that it's charging, it's just blinking to let you know that both shoes are charging. All right, so when you open the app, it's actually going to kind of have a split line that says L and R, and that stands for left and right. And the cool part about this app is that it allows you to manually shift up and tighten the shoe. So it starts from 0 and goes all the way up to 100. So depending on the tightness, 0 being the least tight, to 100 being the tightest. So we're working on the left shoe here. You can see how tight that can be around your foot. I typically would not put it on 100, even though I have narrow, thin feet. But if you like your shoes to be that snug, that's great too. This is around 65. This is kind of the comfort zone that I like to stay at. You can do it on the right side as well. You can even switch. I mean, feet are known to not be perfectly symmetrical. So if your foot is a different size than your left or right, you can have one a bit tighter and one a bit looser, depending on, how you like to wear your shoes. There's different settings on here as well. So you can actually preset it to a chill shoe tie. So maybe you're at home, you're wearing your shoes, and you want them to be extremely loose. And that allows you to just click on the chill, and it's already preset on each left and right shoe for you to decide how tight you want it. And then you can also have a move setting, which is obviously when you're out and about running around the city, maybe you want to have your shoes a bit tighter so that they don't fall off your feet. And so that's another option. You can also create custom ones, where I have one that I created called Takeoff. And that's just me getting ready to take off my shoes. I want them to be as loose as possible. And so that's where I've made that actual setting on the app. Then we have the battery life. So each shoe will tell you how much battery it has on it. And what's interesting is you'll see which shoe you kind of use more or less, because the numbers actually vary. They're not typically going to be the same exact percentage. Important to know, so you know if your shoes are going to die and you need to get home to charge them. But I think that will probably not happen to you as long as you're responsible enough to keep your shoes charged on the station. There is also a circle. As you can see, this is resetting the shoes. And so that circle will tell you if the shoes have been laced or if they have been unlaced. And the way that you can tell that is the lines light up all white. And the white lines basically are a symbol for each lace. And that'll tell you how many laces basically can be loosened up on the shoe. And right now it's down to 1 because that means that I basically reset the lace system. All right, next to my favorite part is the changing color portion. So you can actually change the sides here, the buttons, to whatever color you want it to be. So this is blue, we have a darker blue, a purple, pink blast, red orbit, bright crimson, total orange, laser orange, up to yellow, electric green, spark green, white, aurora green, and hero blue. That's a lot of colors. That's insane how many options they give you, but these shoes are so cool, and I'm obsessed with light up shoes because the first pair of shoes that I ever had were LA Gear, and I loved how they would light up.
The new Leap Gear, they light when you leap, and the new Light Gear Cross Trainers, they light when you land.
And this is basically the closest shoe I've had as an adult to the shoes that I had in my childhood, bringing me back. All right, let's just see. So you can go to my shoes and it'll show you an image of the shoe that you have connected. Obviously, if you are a fan of the self-lacing tie system, you may want to upload more shoes to the app. So that actually allows you to have multiple silhouettes on the one app. Pretty cool. Right now, obviously I only have one, so it's only showing the Nike Adapt Automaxes. But if I were to have multiple, it would be different. And then when you go into the top right-hand corner, that is settings. So you have notifications, support, about. You can also connect these shoes to Siri, which is amazing. So if you want to release the shoes, you can actually tell her to release them. And the laces will actually release from Siri, basically telling them to release, which is very cool. Or to tighten. Just multiple options in order to tighten and loosen your laces without actually having to touch them. Very cool. And you can even put your picture in the settings, just so you know that it's yours. All right, let's talk about sizing. So I am a 7.5 in men's, a 9 in women's. So for these, I got a 7.5. Typically, I base this shoe off of what I am in an Air Max 90 since this silhouette was based off of that silhouette. And these fit me perfectly. I think there's plenty of room in the toe box, which is nice, and this material is very stretchy. And so I just love the fact that my feet don't feel extremely crammed inside of this. Although I will say, as far as sizing goes, this is not going to look like your typical size because these shoes look so much bigger, and that's because of the technology that's stored inside of it. But other than that, I would say stick true to your size and these will work wonderfully for you. And the other option is, keeping these shoe laces tied to however tight you want them to be or loose. You get to control that with the technology that is on the app. And now for our resellers out there, let's talk about resale for these shoes. They're actually not doing that bad. So right now on StockX, if you were to go on there, depending on what size you are, of course, it's varying from $475 on the lower end to $1,000 on the high end, which 1,000 is pretty freaking crazy. And that goes up to a size 13, or sorry, not size 13, size 14. But yeah, I would say that you can definitely make a little bit off of these shoes. But again, the retail value for these was $400, which is pretty pricey for a shoe. But on the reseller's end, you may be able to make a tad bit off that depending on which size you are. Moving on to styling. So I want to just go through the 3 looks that I did today for styling. We went outside and kind of gave you some more athletic options than what I'm typically used to giving you. The first option I wore was a fitted black top, and the bottoms I paired with were a mixture of black pattern with some kind of infrared toned prints blended in with that. And I thought that that paired very well with these shoes just because of the colors that I saw on the bottom of the silhouette. I thought that that would just go perfectly with the leggings that I chose. These are definitely an athletic shoe, and so as far as me walking around, I typically am walking around in some kind of a workout pant, some kind of a legging, just because it's comfortable. And I think that these shoes are definitely super comfy. I can see myself being able to walk around quite a distance in these, and that's why my first look was more of an athletic take on the outfit choice. Next up, again, a very athletic choice. I played volleyball in college and played it all through high school and in my earlier education years. So I basically felt at home and at ease in spandex, which is why I chose spandex for the next look. I know, guys, you're probably not going to be rocking those Spanx around New York City, but as far as working out and being comfortable in workout clothes, I thought that that would be a great option. And then I paired it with this top that I'm actually wearing, which is an athletic top. It's nice and stretchy. Of course, you know, I typically, right now, I'm not ready to be in spandex and a tank top. So this was a bit more form-fitting and kept me a bit warmer outside as we approach, you know, the summer weather. Obviously, our wardrobe's going to change around a bit, but this combination for the temperature outside today was perfect. And I think, again, those spandex, I chose kind of a reddish infrared tone because that goes perfectly with the shade on these shoes that had kind of a burgundy accent to it with just a simple black top. And it just gave it a great athletic look, as you see in the picture as well. Gave you an athletic pose so that you can see, you know, how the shoes look in comparison to the garments that I chose with some movement around it. Last but not least, I did a bit more of a casual look. So I chose some redone baggier jeans just because my last 2 picks were on the tighter, more fitted side. And so I paired the white jeans with a nice, just fitted long sleeve gray long john fabric shirt. And the gray, I think, goes so well because the swoosh on these shoes is the same kind of tone in the shirt that I wore. And the white just really pairs well and makes this color pop. And so, you know, as I'm looking at the midsole on here, it's kind of got like this nice white midsole with the, you know, kind of swirly pencil looking marks on there. That really just, I felt like was well suited for a pair of white pants. Overall, those were my 3 looks. Definitely some summery looks, as I think that this tone and shade of shoe is meant more for the spring, summertime. I don't really see myself rocking these in the fall, winter, but hey, could do it all year round. It is just a dope colorway. And that is it for today. My goodness, guys. Our first unboxing on some technology shoes, and I'm so happy that I was able to share this with you and also share some informative information on how to actually use the self-lacing system on these shoes. Until next time, thank you for joining me on ShadeTV. My name is Marissa Hill. Once again, if you're new to this channel, don't forget, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like at the end. And if you have any questions about this shoe, this can be a complicated shoe, hit me up, send me a message. We will get back to you. If there's anything else, if you just want to say hi, tell me what's up. And don't forget, hit that notification button because we have some amazing content coming up. Stay tuned for the Chunky Donkey unboxing. It's going to be amazing and I can't wait to share that with you. So see you guys next time.